Hi, I'm Zibah from Zibah Artworks, and I'm here today to share my story. I first discovered in high school that I could draw, and I was blown away, and that I could paint. So being brought up in Zimbabwe, there wasn't the opportunity to go to art school. There actually wasn't an art school. It was only until we came to Australia, and I was married and I was a mum. I had two very young children, that I started going to TAFE. And that's where I learned how to mix colours and learn how to actually apply the paint onto the canvas. And I had a couple of friends who said to me, "Oh, Deb, you're an artist. Can you please do this drawing of this drawing, a picture of this drawing in this book? Can you please do this on my kid's wall?" And I said, "Sure, not a problem." So I started doing murals for my friends. Then I actually went into business called Amazing Murals. And I was in business for over 10 years, doing murals for restaurants, cafes, private homes, restaurants. It was amazing. And then I got really bored with that. And I wanted to go to university. And a couple of years later, the opportunity came up, and I went to Edith Cowan University. I really wanted to find out what was in me, that gift that was in me. I wanted to explore that gift, and I had such a yearning to do that. And I remember hearing about the conceptual course at Edith Cowan University, and it was very abstract, and I just witnessed with my spirit, and I thought, that's it. I really want to go and be an abstract artist, and became very interested in the post-war abstract expressionists in America. And I love their gestural style and their exuberance, and just the immediacy of the stroke, and the big bold brushes that they used, and the big black enamel that they used. So I was really fascinated with that. And so I went to uni 2000 and graduated in 2003, and I came out blaring as an abstract artist. And it was fantastic, and I was learning to work with different materials like beeswax medium, oil paint, all mixed with all sorts of other different materials like industrial enamel and materials that weren't sort of the norm for what an artist would normally use. Just wanted to be different. I wanted to explore. I wanted to smash the boundaries, so to speak. So it was quite successful for a while, and then moved to Mandurah 2001, and I managed to get this fantastic opportunity to do a huge big commission for the Zibah Hotel here in Mandurah, and I was just absolutely stoked to get that commission. And I put together, I remember I was in an art class at the TAFE at the time, and the curator said to us, he said, "Look, Mervac Finney have just rung me, and they are wanting some interested artists who would like to do, a commission for the Zibah Hotel." So I grabbed the number, raced outside with my mobile, rang up the Mervac Finney people, spoke to the interior designer, booked an appointment the next day to go and see her. I went and saw her the next day. She said, "Look, can you put something together by Friday?" And this was a Wednesday. And I said, "Yes, no problem at all. I'll put together something to show for the meeting on Friday, the ideas that I have for the hotel." So I raced home going, oh my god, I've got like half a day and one whole day, and then I've got to be there at Friday 9 a.m. in the morning with my stuff to show the Zibah guys. So I worked until about 3 o'clock that morning, and the next morning I really worked, and I developed a technique using bitumen and enamel paint and acrylic paint, and to describe the waterways in Mandurah. We've got some beautiful oceans. We've got the ocean, we've got the estuary, we've got the river, and I wanted to kind of really explore that, and I used the grass tree resin in there as well. So anyway, I put together some of these, and I put them together on pieces of gyprock. Got there 9 a.m. Friday morning with this meeting. Left my stuff there with the interior designer, And later on that day, in the afternoon, I got a call from her saying, you know, we really love your work. You know, we would like you to do half of the rooms in the Zibah Hotel. And I thought, that's fantastic. The paintings themselves, they weren't getting a lot of money for the paintings, but it was just such a great joy to be able to do that. Now, I know that they had 80 rooms in the Zibah Hotel. So I was thinking, 40 paintings. Why can't I do the whole lot? So I rang her back and I just said, look, how would you feel if I did all 80 paintings for the hotel rooms? It would have a wonderful sense of continuity. It'll, you know, when you walk into the hotel room, every painting will be completely different, but it will have the same sort of theme, the same feel, the same sort of nuance about it, which will describe this beautiful city where we live, city of Mandurah. So anyway, she agreed. So I'm going, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to put together 80 paintings in 6 months? So anyway, I phoned up a couple of people that I knew. There's a lovely retired guy called Bob. He jumped on board. He came to help me to actually build all of these paintings, because I built them. And I had to have a rigid surface. And my son came along with his girlfriend, and you know, I had somebody else's wife coming to help me. But we got these paintings done. We got these paintings done. And that was quite a feat. I remember I had to go and see the foot doctor a little while later, because I tore the tendons in my feet from standing so long. Those long hours. But that was fantastic. So from there, I put some paintings up on the website and up on the art source page, and an interior designer got a hold of them, and from there I was working with architects and interior designers, you know, doing a lot of this sort of the lovely organic work that I had done for the Zibah Hotel. And yes, I've just been working steadily in along those lines, you know. And I had a dream when I first bought this little place, which was a complete and utter rundown shack when I first bought it. But I loved the area it was in. So I was able to purchase this little property. And slowly but surely, I was working on it. And this dream of having my little gallery, my own gallery, was an absolute dream come true. I had somebody coming in to help me. I had materials, got materials for free. People were giving their time. It was just amazing. And we got this. This used to be my old lounge room. So we finally got this little gallery happening. And I had my first afternoon soiree, little art show, back in 25th of November. And it was fantastic. Had lots of people coming through. And the beauty of this is, you start off here with all the small little plein air works, and it was sort of like a journey. You went through into the lounge room where there's heaps of larger paintings, and it spilled out into the back garden, where I had a lot of my large pieces all displayed, and we had some beautiful boutique wines in the back. There's some lovely gourmet food. It was just a great crowd of people. Plus we had some live jazz in the garden. It was fantastic. It was a really wonderful afternoon. So yeah, we're having the next one 17th of March, so that should be exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you like people can come here and look at your art. How do they go about arranging that?
Yeah, they certainly can. They can come and view the work by appointment. The gallery's open by appointment only. My studio is in the back of the house, so people are very welcome to come and have a look at my work. I've got a lot of work stored in the back there as well, large work. Yes, so by appointment only, I'd be glad to show people around and explain to them, you know, the story behind the works and why I do what I do. This is one of my estuary series. This is called the Archipelago series. The Archipelago series are always done on a square format, and it's still very, very similar, using the bitumen, enamel, acrylic, and the grass tree resin, and I also put some channels of a clear varnish on. when it's all dry. I think I feel so like dissatisfied with where my art practice is at the moment, because there's so much more. I mean, I'm doing stuff, you know, skill levels are improving, but there's so much more. So I'm really keen, you know, I'm always pushing and finding new ways to express, you know, how I'm feeling and how I'm approaching a scene, especially after I did the plein air mentorship. I did a year plein air mentorship with Leon Holmes, and that was sort of very representational art. So I really am exploring at the moment how to take the little scenes that I paint and abstract them and make them exciting for me, make them come alive in a much larger format, and using all of the lovely materials and different materials that I really enjoy using, like bitumen, industrial enamel, grass tree resin, you know, black enamel. I have to use acrylic occasionally. Wood stain. Love using wood stain. That's fantastic, because that really does stain the wood, and I like that.